Alright friends, we're back in California. We're so excited to be here. We had the best California trip last April when I was pregnant with my now 1.5-year-old, and he's here with us this time. So it's going to be so much fun. We flew in yesterday and last night. We started off our trip with some In-N-Out, a classic. And now our first full day here, we are at Venice Beach, at 26 Beach, a restaurant for breakfast. And this place is so cute. I've got to show you. We are staying near Palm Springs while we're here in California, for the first part of our trip anyways. And we are specifically staying in Indian Wells at the Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt Indian Wells Resort. We're huge Hyatt people, and this is one of the nicest we've ever been to. The pool area outdoors is so superior. This is normally, it just closed, but a kid's splash area for, like, you know, the little ones. And it was so cute. Down here is a little slide for younger kids and a toddler pool on this side, which Jet did really love. I think it's like a foot deep. There are two bigger main pools on this side. And these two are chilled, which I thought was funny because where I'm from in Indiana, typically you prefer a pool that is warmed, but apparently in the desert it's a luxury to have a chilled pool. Back in that direction, there's a pool for adults only. That's also where the pool bar is. And then in here, which I can't get in now because it just closed, but this is the coolest part. This is the water park. So that's a water lazy river. And these pretty impressive water slides, which Justin did try out, and he said they were very fun. It's another morning here in California. We just woke up and we're about to head to Joshua Tree National Park. But I just had to highlight and capture this incredible view from our balcony of our room. It doesn't even look real. Like, this has to be some sort of green screen. The mountains in the distance. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. We're in Joshua Tree. Well, not quite, but almost. We just visited the visitor center, and we're starting our day by driving into the park and doing our first trail of the trip, which is the Hidden Valley Trail. So we're super excited. We are on a mission to visit every national park in the U.S. Technically, this is our 5th, but it's our first since we decided to do this goal. So we got a national park passport and got our first stamp today, so we're gonna have to go back to the other 4.
Tori was very excited.
I was very excited to stamp our passport.
She let me know that the passport book, was her most prized possession.
I love it. But we're gonna have to go back to the other 4 to get the stamps. I think the only other one we have recorded is the Acadia National Park trip that we took, so you can watch that video now. We're on the Hidden Valley Trail. So far it's just been climbing up and down a lot of steps in between these rock formations. Pretty cool though. Justin's carrying Jed on his back. He's living his best life. Now it's opened up into this big, like, open area. You can see Joshua trees. We're just in this little, like, open circular area surrounded by all the rock formations that we just climbed over. There's a Joshua tree. We got our first wildlife sighting. Oh! Hi, little buddy.
Yeah.
See the lizard? We just stopped for lunch. We finished the Hidden Valley Trail, which I would say was moderate in difficulty. What would you say, Justin?
I'd say it's probably pretty. And there were some older people out there with like canes and stuff like that. So I'd say it's pretty leisurely. I mean, you gotta be a little more careful with the little one on your back. You don't want to trip and fall, but I'd say it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't just a paved path though. There were lots of uphill and downhill, like rocky. I mean, they were steps, so you weren't like rock climbing. But anyway, here at Hidden Valley, there's also a picnic area, and we brought our food, so we're gonna eat some sandwiches and chips and that sort of thing in this area right here before we start our next hike. The Ryan Mountain Trail, about to summit this mountain ahead of us. It's the second highest mountain in Joshua Tree National Park. So say a prayer, stick around to see if we make it. Well, I don't think we're even 5 minutes in yet. But this is tough, for sure. It's pretty much straight stairs up so far. Okay, it's probably hard to tell in the video. We've been at it for 12 minutes officially. Our car's way down there. That little white speck, that's our car. So we have made some progress. It doesn't look quite so far away anymore, but it is just straight steps like this. Pretty much the entire way so far, so that's tough, but we're getting there. How you feeling? His knees hurt, but otherwise he's actually doing really well. Not breathing hard or anything. How you doing, Bug? He's chilling.
He's got the hardest workout.
Yeah. "24 minutes in, and this is the first part of the hike that hasn't been straight uphill, so I'm cherishing this like 100 steps. And back up we go. But we're getting all that much closer to the top. The end is in sight, possibly. And look at this view. So we came up that side of the mountain over there. Justin's coming behind me with Jet. Only to realize that we still have to go all the way up over that and then up to the top of there to reach the summit. Keep on praying.
We made it. Top of Ryan Mountain. Very proud of Tori. What do you think?
Well, it took us a little under an hour and a half to get up here, which, you know, is better than I thought it would be. But honestly, the hike was way harder than I thought it would be. It was very difficult. Probably the hardest hike I've ever personally done, although I haven't done many hikes, if I'm being fair. But this is an amazing feeling. This 360-degree view is incredible and so much more worth it after climbing all the way up here. That's how I feel. We're gonna head back down soon and head to our next stop in the park. Also, we're the only people up here right now. And it feels really good. It's like 80 degrees out, but up here there's a really nice breeze. So, yeah, this is awesome. Trail, our last hike of the day, which is actually stroller friendly, thank goodness. And we are in the hunt for Arch Rock. We just passed some people who said they never found it, but it says it's 0.37 miles in this direction, so we're gonna cross our fingers. Well, we found Arch Rock. I don't know that I would necessarily call this trail stroller friendly. We had a hard time getting back here with the stroller. We had to park it and carry Jet over here to the rock formation, but we did find the arch. Pretty neat. We just watched the sunset over Keys View, which was absolutely gorgeous. We're about to leave the park, but we just saw the moon coming up, and it's a bright full moon over the desert mountains and the Joshua trees. And it's so gorgeous, and I can already tell this camera doesn't do it justice whatsoever. It's huge and it's full and it's so pretty. So we're starting day 2 at Joshua Tree. I don't know how much you're gonna be able to hear because it is extraordinarily windy today. But we're starting out in the Cottonwood Springs Oasis area. These trees are so funny and unique. This is down in the Colorado Desert portion of Joshua Tree, whereas the rest of the things that we've done so far have been up in the Mojave Desert portion. And like the difference in the two deserts is really stark. There are actually no Joshua trees in the Colorado Desert portion, so we're just checking it out a little bit this morning, and we're gonna head back up towards the Mojave area here pretty soon. You ready to go, Justin?
Let's do it.
Patch. These plants, like that one right there, are called Ocotillo. Am I pronouncing that right? We're still in the Colorado Desert portion, and we're the only ones out here. It's still very windy, so I apologize, but otherwise it's so quiet and peaceful. These Ocotillo plants are native to the Colorado Desert.
lot.
We are about to start Split Rock Loop Trail. I'm recording from inside the car currently because it is so windy outside, like insanely windy. The second I open my door, it flies open. But this is about a 2-mile hike. Looks like it says moderate difficulty. So we're gonna strap Jet to Justin's back and hit the trail. We're underneath Split Rock now, and this is a much quieter place without wind because we're protected from it under here. But this is a really cool start to a trail. What are you thinking? Justin loves caves, so he's in his element. I just want to stay down in these like hidden underneath areas away from the wind. We're going back up. We are at the Hall of Horrors. We just parked here and it's really hard to find. It's difficult to access. We had to ask several people where to go, but I don't know if you can see this. We're basically squeezing. We had to rock climb up here to get here basically, and we're gonna have to squeeze through that little crack. We may have to take turns without Jet. What do you think? We don't want to scratch his legs. Okay, Justin went back with Jet, and I'm gonna try and go through. Whew, this is tiny. Okay, I made it through the first little squeeze, and I'm shimmying through. Literally, look at this. Whew. All right, we just started the Ryan Ranch hike. Attempting to use the stroller, but it's mostly sand, so it's a little rough pushing it. But this is right next to Ryan Mountain, which is the mountain that we summited yesterday. Yeah, that tippy top, way up there. We should be heading towards an abandoned ranch, which in the 1890s was a homestead out here in what is now Joshua Tree, so should be interesting. So I'm standing here in the remnants of what was the house here at the homestead. Very interesting. So last night, unfortunately, me and Jet both came down with a pretty nasty stomach bug. We started feeling really sick during our last hike of the day, which was at Barker Dam. which we really enjoyed. Would have enjoyed more if we weren't feeling so under the weather. But we really enjoyed our time in Joshua Tree. It was so nice. Beautiful national park. Great for families too. There were so many kids running around, climbing all over the rocks and everything there. But today we're just hanging out around Palm Springs, looking around. This morning we went to the Cabazon dinosaurs. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but they are allegedly the largest dinosaurs in the world. And now we're in downtown Palm Springs, just walking around. Justin wants a date milkshake, which is a popular thing to get in this area. And we're just gonna walk around a little bit and see what we can find. Here he goes. He got date with peanut butter swirl.
Here we go. Shake my dates.
It came with a little donut, and is that a date?
Yeah.
And a date.
It was really good.
How funny.
I wasn't very hungry. I literally got the smallest one. I wish I would have got a little bigger. It was really good.
We're at the Coachella Valley Preserve, which is just outside of Palm Springs. And it's basically this oasis area in the desert, as you can see by all these tropical looking trees, which are just like the ones we saw, a much smaller version of this in Joshua Tree at Cottonwood Springs. But you can come here and do lots of hikes and stuff, and from here you can see the San Andreas Fault, which is what we're hoping to do if I can keep my energy up long enough to do it. Well, this was slightly a bust because the trail that leads to the fault, the McCallum Trail, you can access it from there, is completely flooded and overgrown, which is unfortunate. This preserve actually just reopened a couple weeks ago because it was closed for the preservation of a very rare lizard that's near extinct, so that's pretty neat. You can't obviously fully call it a bust because it's really cool just sitting here seeing all these trees, which are here as evidence of the fault because they can only grow in areas of water, and the fault allows water to come up through the ground. So, and Jet's having a blast playing in the sand. We came back downtown at Palm Springs this morning. Actually, it's kind of afternoon. We really slept in today, but we needed it. We decided to get brunch at the Thirsty Palm, which was delicious. Did you like your Benedict?
It was good. It was good. The waiter recommended it. It's stacked up.
I had avocado toast. Jetty got some pancakes and eggs. So, successful afternoon so far. We checked out of our beautiful, lovely hotel, sad face.
Nice view.
And we are about to head towards Universal because tonight Jetty's staying with Grandma and me and Justin are going to Halloween Horror Nights.
It's gonna be epic.